Oh hey, almost didn't see you there. Too corny? What's up? Welcome to my closet in my New York City apartment. Hey guys, it's Jess. What's up? Welcome back. I hope everybody is having a fabulous day so far. So we've been in New York City for about 4.5 months now, and I finally have my closet set up to, honestly, my dream standards. I've always wanted a closet like this, so this is very exciting to have brought it to fruition. So I thought for today, we would do a closet tour. A few of you guys pitched this idea and also asked for organizing tips, so I'm gonna share all of my best organizing tips on how I make my closet not a disaster. So this video is gonna be chock full of ideas, inspiration, and tips, and I hope you enjoy it. But before we officially dive in, I wanna thank the sponsor of today's video, Fashion File. Fashion File is a luxury secondhand store, the best place to purchase and sell authenticated ultra luxury accessories and bags. Like, they have the most gorgeous pieces. The variety on their site is so good. You get a nice mix of classic, iconic styles like the Chanel flap bag in different sizes and different colors. But then you also find a lot of really cool, unique pieces as well. Different bags and accessories that you've never seen before. Like specifically, this gorgeous Louis Vuitton bag that features Monet's Water Lilies painting. It is so gorgeous, so stunning. I honestly feel like Pinterest would eat this up. I just love it so much. So this bag is exactly what I mean when I say they have amazing variety, because when I was perusing the site, personally, I have never seen this bag before. There was just such a fabulous amalgamation of popular, classic, iconic styles, but then also really gorgeous, unique pieces like this. So if you've been wanting to build your luxury collection, add a new piece, or maybe you have something in your closet that you don't really use as much anymore and you're looking for somewhere to sell it, Fashion File is the spot to check out. They have a 100% authenticity guarantee, which is a really nice peace of mind. They're both online and have in-person stores. If you're in New York City, they actually have their flagship location in Chelsea. But if you prefer to peruse from the comfort of your own home and you want to see their full selection, you got to check out their site. I will have it linked below, as well as a few fabulous finds that I've come across that, you know, I just want to share with you guys. Do a little curating. Thank you again to Fashion File for sponsoring today's video. Subscribe if you enjoy, and let's hop on in. First things first, the entire room is not a closet. It's just this portion. We're actually in a corner of my office. So this room is a hybrid of my closet, my work zone and editing desk, my get ready makeup vanity station, my sewing table, and my little craft storage area. This room was initially the apartment's living room, but we combined the living room with our dining area, and then this amazing room became my office. So behind me is a wardrobe that I custom designed from IKEA. It's the Pax wardrobe, and I specifically designed it to fit what I had. The types of clothes that I had, the storage I wanted, and honestly, just my dream way of organizing my clothes. Welcome to my blouses and tops section. Down in this section is where I keep all of my tops and blouses that are not knit sweaters or cardigans. A recurring thing that you'll see all throughout my closet is that I have matching hangers. And I feel like this is just such a small change that really, not only aesthetically, but also feeling wise, really gives a sense of order and organization in a closet. Growing up, we always had the most random hangers ever. Most times we did not have enough hangers, so people were always stealing hangers in my house, and clothes would just end up on the floor as people stole your hangers. For this reason, I always used to ask for hangers on my birthday and Christmas because there were never enough hangers. And so now with all my matching hangers, it feels just really cool to have all the hangers I need, and they all match, which is really cool. The hangers I get are non-slip velvet hangers, and this makes sure none of the clothes slide or slip off the hanger and get rumpled or fall behind things. Now, the way I like to organize my tops is I go category and then subcategory. The first category is by sleeve length. So on the furthest left edge, we have simple sleeveless. Then we move into more intricate or detailed sleeveless. Next, short sleeves that are not simple white tees. Then my favorite section, button-ups. I have many. If you're a longtime viewer, you guys know I have an affinity for button-ups. At the beginning of button-ups are my frilly little white button-ups. I have so many variations and iterations on these style of tops. They're one of my personal favorite wardrobe pieces, and I get so much use out of them, so they all live together. Then we go into stripy button-ups. I love a good striped button-up. And again, I like them all to live together. After that, more casual button-ups. And finishing up the section, denim overshirts. So sleeve length and style are the first category, and then the subcategory on which I further organize is then by color. We go from whites to creams to pinks to oranges, greens. Orange and green has a bit of a jump, but in my closet, that's just how it flows. Blues, then reds, then shades of brown, and then shades of black. The reason I like to organize like this is because this is the only way I can ever find things. Years ago, before I started doing the system, I just threw everything into my closet and I could never find anything. Everything was everywhere. Things were not in sections. Things were not categorized at all. And two things were going on. One, I could never find anything. And two, I would forget about a lot of pieces, and then a lot of my closet I wasn't even wearing. I would just wear what was at the front or what was most easily seen. So by having things organized like this, I can always find things really easily. And it also makes it really straightforward when I'm wanting a certain kind of piece to then find it, to go to that section and then scope through that section to find something that meets the parameters of what I'm looking for, but maybe isn't something that I automatically thought of. So basically, let's say I want to wear a tank top tomorrow, just a simple tank top. I just go to my simple sleeveless section, browse through that, and maybe I come across this top that I didn't initially think of. Maybe my thought of it was tucked in the back of my mind, and now that I came across it, I'll be wearing it. Versus if it was just somewhere in my closet, who knows if and when I would ever come across that. Unless a clothing item is either visible or top of mind, 9 times out of 10, you're probably gonna forget about it. Which is one of the main reasons I actually didn't put doors on my closet, because I wanted to be able to see things and get inspired by what I was seeing. I'm gonna stand on some yoga blocks to get up here. Nice. Now these are my jackets and cardigans. They're kind of just grouped as casual jackets, canvas to denim to quilted. When it comes to how you organize your closet or your home, it's all about what makes sense for you, what makes sense for your life, and how you kind of operate best. I like organizing things this way because it makes sure for me that I see them and I use them. Maybe for you, you want doors on your closet, but for me, it's really, really helpful, like I mentioned, to not have doors, to be able to see things, remember things, keep things clean, and also get inspired throughout the day for different outfit combinations or videos or ways that I want to style things. That should be one of the biggest takeaways in terms of organizing tips. Maybe it doesn't make sense. Maybe it's not the way people always do it. It's whatever works best for you, because at the end of the day, you're the one who has to go into your closet, find outfits, and get dressed. Make it work for you. After blue denim, we've got some blazers. Now this is not all of my blazers. With it being summer right now in New York City, most of my heavy or wool or coat type things are put away in storage. There is no reason they need to be out right now. So ending the section, after blazers, we have cardigans. Now the knitwear in this section are all tighter knits that are okay to hang on hangers because they won't get stretched out. They're all kind of a mix of more casual cardigans and sweaters that are more lightweight that you could wear on a more cool summer evening. Beneath my outerwear, we have just a couple things. We have this cute hat, which is mostly a standoff piece because it's cute and summery. We have my perfume, a plant for aesthetics. And then in the back, we've got a basket. Detouring to this bookcase, this is where some of my shoes live. Not all of my shoes live here. Some live by the front door. Some live just displayed around my office. So these are definitely currently suited towards the season. On the top row, we have heels and loafers. Beneath that, we have a couple pairs of boots. These are ones that I find to be wearable and stylable for summer. And then in this basket are where I have recently started storing my sandals. I am so happy with this idea to store them like this because before they were everywhere, but now they all just nicely live in that basket, easy to see, easy to grab from, and organized. Dresses. Now this section is kind of a wombo combo. It is primarily dresses, but on the left, we've got white t-shirts, and on the opposite side, some coats. The reason that white t-shirts live at the front of this section, and this is something I've come to notice over the last couple years, with white t-shirts, they're always in my mind. They're a specific kind of item that I will always remember. If I'm wanting to wear a white t-shirt, I'll go out of my way to find a white t-shirt. But I found that when white t-shirts are grouped with all my other tops, I often will overlook them because they kind of get like lost in the sauce. When the white t-shirts are side by side next to a more interesting top, I'm always more appealed to the more interesting top, even if I initially wanted the simplicity of a white t-shirt. So I made the decision to put them in a different spot, and my hypothesis was correct. I'm back to wearing them more again, and it's not always losing out to the more interesting tops that are surrounding it. So kind of weird, but it works for me. Now dresses do not follow the same category and subcategory as the tops. I found with my dresses that there are just so many varying details that to try to categorize by sleeve length and then by color, it would be the most micro sections and things would be funky. I just organize by color. I think because I have less dresses than tops, it's a lot easier to pick out a dress when I peruse through them versus in tops, where it's more helpful to have that category and subcategory versus here where I have something more specific in mind. Let's say I'm gonna be a guest at someone's wedding. There are only like 4 wedding guest appropriate outfits in this stack. So I just go through, find the 4, and then decide between that. Versus a more casual day-to-day and looking for things in tops, there are endless options that it helps to have that additional organization. Now the coats that live here are lighter weight coats that, like the boots, are able to adapt to summer in the city. Now the reason that these live here versus in the outerwear jacket section is simply because they are just too long. They're longer line coats that pooled at the bottom, and it just did not make sense for them to be there because it looked silly. As I briefly mentioned, I really like storing some of my things out. For me, this plays a role both aesthetically and functionally. Aesthetically because I like how it looks. I think it's a fun way to display and use your closet items almost as decor to youify your space. And then also functionally because I like putting out things that I want to try styling or wearing more. Maybe they're pieces I haven't worn in a while. Maybe they're seasonal specific and I want to make sure I style and wear it, or potentially include in a future styling video, like if I was styling clogs with 5 different outfits. So beneath that, I have the drawers of wonder. So this drawer has a hodgepodge of things. Fanny packs, baseball hats, bras, socks, colorful socks, and my fancy thrifted suede gloves. It is too hot to be wearing these. For both the baseball hats and the summer hats, I store those by stacking them vertically. And then for the socks and bandanas and hair scarves, those are organized in probably one of my favorite organization discoveries, the honeycomb. Basically, they're these geometric snap together pieces that create this honeycomb kind of grid that lays perfectly in your dresser, and you can so nicely organize any sort of little thing. I've used this for socks, I've used this for underwear, like I said, bandanas, bralettes, anything that's small and often kind of clutters up a drawer, you can organize in the honeycomb. It makes your life so much easier. Now I do want to make a note that this is not all of my socks and undergarments. I have the remainder in my bedroom. If you guys watched my pack with me for the Philippines video, you already know. If you have not seen it, definitely go check it out. I'm going to the Philippines in, I think when you watch this, a week or less. I'm going there for a month. So if you want to keep up with the adventures and the day-to-day, make sure to follow along on TikTok and on Instagram at Neistadt. And I also will be posting videos here, so make sure you subscribe with those post notifications on. But as shown in my pack with me, in our bedroom, I keep cozy clothes, at-home clothes, pajamas, undergarments, socks. And then out here are most of my clothes, the ones that I'm using for videos, for styling, for just day-to-day wearing outfits, cute things. And then in this bottom drawer are things that I use for styling, layering, little tank tops and camis. This is one of my favorite loungewear pieces. It's from Lake Pajamas. I love using this in get ready with me's or any sort of hairstyling or makeup video. And then the couple favorite sweatshirts. When I'm editing, I can just easily reach for it because I've found that if I go to the bedroom to go grab a sweatshirt, oftentimes I will get distracted. I will step out of my flow zone and the flow stops flowing. But if I have things right here and I stay in my zone of work, the flow keeps flowing. Moving into maybe my favorite section because it has the coolest mechanisms. We've got bottoms and accessories part 2. Now the first section of bottoms are skirts and trousers, and they live on this fancy pull rack. I love this mechanism because it is so practical, it's so nice. It makes everything so accessible, but also so nicely tucked away. The front, we've got maxi skirts. Most of the skirts are just on their own little rail, but these ones are lighter fabric, more delicate, and I found that they often just slipped off. However, by stacking them, that little bit of additional weight keeps them from slipping off. In the back, we've got trousers, so I have things doubled up on the rails to make the most use of space because, let's face it, I have a lot of clothes. Perks of being a fashion lover and also having fashion as a huge part of my job. Beneath the skirts on this little shelf are where I have shorts, skirts, and some pants that are more fall wintry that I just didn't put away in seasonal clothes storage. So they're just back there. On the bottom, we have jeans, denim, and linen. I've not only doubled up on the rack, putting something in the front and something in the back, but also I've layered up by stacking on top. So this whole front row on the bottom are jeans, which are staple wardrobe pieces, but I find that in the summer, I'm not really wearing them that much. I'll always wear something with a shorter hemline, or if I am gonna wear pants, I'm gonna wear something that's more flowy and breezy, like linen pants, which is what I've stacked on top of the jeans. Super practical, space saving, and also keeps my pants from getting wrinkly, which I love. And finally, in the back, we have just different colored denim. So we've got white denim, brown denim, and black denim. And this last section right here are accessories, part 2. We've got belts, hair clips, glasses, sunglasses, sunglass holders, and handkerchiefs. One of the biggest things when it comes to staying organized and being able to find things is having a home for things, whether it's something as larger scale as this, or if it's just a little nook in your closet or by your front door or in your bedroom somewhere on top of your dresser where certain items live, where you can always find them to where it's easy. You get dressed and then you're like, oh, I wanna wear these green sunglasses. They're in the spot where all the sunglasses live. They're easy to find and I actually can make use of them. We're winding down to the last few sections of this closet tour. In this little nook, I like to keep bags that are seasonal, are maybe my favorites, or are just really pretty. So I've got some of my basket bags, another basket bag, the Louis Vuitton Monet bag, and a couple of everyday bags. Up tippy toppest on both sides are where I keep my finer knitwear. Any sort of more finer or delicate knitwear is very, very prone to becoming misshapen, stretched out, hanger shoulders. So to avoid all that, I always fold those finer knitwear pieces. On one side, I have the blue or green knitwear. On the other side, I have browns and reds. And on the inner portion of both of those sides, we've got some white knitwear. And the last section of this wardrobe is this little nook up here. This is just another display meets storage spot for some of my bags. I just like how they look up there. And because this wardrobe is so tall, I actually have a fold-up ladder that you guys saw at the beginning that I use to grab these pieces. They're not everyday pieces, so I don't have to climb up here every day, all day. And because it's a fold-up ladder, it just folds up really nicely, goes on the side of my closet, and I use it when I need it. A couple last things to highlight. My woven summery bags just kind of live on the door. Because it's summer, I wear and use these quite regularly, and they just kind of nicely hang out there. It's another good spot that leaves things visible and accessible, so I'm making sure to use them versus overlooking them and not really using them. And if I need to close the door, I just take the bags off, put them on a chair, and then put them back afterwards. Next, something that's super handy is to the side of my wardrobe. I have this nice big full-length mirror. It is so nice and so handy to try on the outfits, style things, iterate, look in the mirror, reiterate, fix, adjust, and it just makes the process of styling and putting together an outfit so much easier. Another tip is to look for these kind of mirrors on Facebook Marketplace. They're the Hovet mirror from IKEA. People are always selling this for so cheap. I found this for, I think, $100. I think it's $150 if you buy it new, but I found it for $100 on Facebook Marketplace. And I bought this maybe 2 years ago, but in the time of me being here in New York and me perusing Facebook Marketplace here, I've seen this mirror go for $50, $75. So definitely check Facebook Marketplace. And lastly, there is one more spot where I keep my purses, but it's not hung up yet. So it's a shelf that's just sitting on the floor. And this is where little shoulder bags and handbags will be residing. And that's a wrap on this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys got some good organization tips or maybe some closet inspo. Again, a huge thank you to Fashion File for sponsoring today's video. Definitely make sure to check them out down in the description box. They seriously have such gorgeous pieces. Truly such a great selection of those pre-owned, ultra luxury, authenticated pieces. And again, I will have a few favorites listed below if you want to check them out. Last thing, if you want to keep up with my Philippines adventuring, make sure to follow on TikTok and on Instagram at Neistadt for those fun day-to-day updates. That's it for me. Thank you guys again for watching. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. I love and appreciate you all so very much, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.